How's it going though, Teddy? Good? Hey, what's up guys? It's probably my favorite YouTuber here. So a little while ago, it feels like last week, so it's probably like a month ago. For some reason, time is moving. Does that mean time is moving fast or slow? I don't know. It's in a good way though, because I feel like it was just a little while ago, but I don't know. Someone asked. I'm just screwing the camera onto the camera stand. I don't know which way it goes. Someone asked me if I ever took the Myers-Briggs personality test. You know, the INFJ, ENTP, whatever it is. Technically, I had. I'd taken it once back in junior high school when I didn't realize that people actually care about that stuff. Now, hear me out. At the time, I got INFJ. Do I think that that matched my personality? Maybe at the time. I would be very surprised if I get INFJ now. I do not think I'd get INFJ. I was very content with INFJ because it was the rarest one, and I liked being rare and special, so I just never really bothered taking it again. I also think that personality tests are kind of dumb. Like, I get it, but at the same time, there's always a chance that someone could take it and then end up with a personality result that's completely different than what they actually are. I don't want us to come to a point where we approach people and say, what kind of personality type for the Myers-Briggs test are you? And then they say their personality type, and then you instantly make an assumption. That's one of the reasons why I never wear clothing that has a logo on it. I don't want to, wear, a Doctor Who shirt, and then people think, oh, this guy likes Doctor Who. I want them to know that I like Doctor Who by talking to me in a conversation and me casually bringing it up. I'm not saying that you shouldn't wear clothing like that, because obviously I don't look at people with clothing and think, oh, this guy must be a Star Wars fan because he's wearing a Star Wars shirt, therefore I'll make up all these different ideas of the personality. It's just not really something that I want to risk, you know? I know it's just presenting your... you know what I'm saying, right? Anyway, I thought, you know what? What better way to make a YouTube video than by just taking the personality test and seeing what comes up? I'm trying to think, do this Coke out of the way. Oh, I just hit half an hour of room. Do you really need to see the test? I kind of want you to see me more. I don't know. I'll link the test down below and maybe you can take it with me along with the video. Let's just go. You regularly make new friends. Yes. Before I didn't. Now I do. I try to make friends wherever I can. Do I always succeed? No. Therefore, I will pick... if we're going with strongly agree, somewhat agree, neutral, somewhat disagree, and strongly disagree, I'll put agree, because I don't want to go all the way. I'm picking the second green dot from the left. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Yes, definitely, strongly agree. I'll be writing freaking, look at this. This was not planned, but I just have a random chart that I wrote the other day, just about Liar Game, my favorite manga. This is how I passed the time. It's absolute, strongly agree. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. I mean, it really depends on the situation. If someone's just crying and they're very clearly doing it on purpose for the sake of being a drama queen, many other people will be like, oh shoot, what are you doing? But I know I'm going to sound like such a jerk, but when I can tell that they're clearly just doing it to make other people feel bad, I don't really try to take it seriously. But at the same time, sometimes I'll cry, and then people will think that I'm not being serious, and I don't know. But does it make me want to cry too? It really depends on how emotionally invested I am with them. Because if I'm actually talking with them, sometimes I'll cry before they cry, even though they're the ones talking about how bad things are for them. So I'll put somewhat agree. The green dot next to the neutral button. You often make a backup plan for your backup plan. Strongly agree. But it's not really that I have a plan A, plan B, plan C. It's just I'm very prepared for everything to go wrong and for me to have to start fresh. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. It really depends. When I'm hanging out with other people, it's very easy for me to just stay calm. It's easy for me to stay calm when everyone else is freaking out. But when everyone else is calm, then it's almost like I feel like they don't really understand the gravity of the situation. Sometimes they're telling me, I don't think that I understand the gravity of the situation. I'm just like, no, I do. Just I think that freaking out isn't really going to fix anything. So I'm gonna put somewhat agree, because I do freak out a lot too. I try to stay calm. Because, like, does staying calm mean that you're actually calm, or does it just mean that you're good at presenting your outward self as calm, even though you're stressed as heck underneath? Because sometimes, like, I'll just be talking with someone, and then they'll be like, can you calm down? And I'll just be like, am I not being calm? Like, you know, I guess, like, you can tell when someone's really stressed out and they're just pretending to be calm, but at the same time, like, what do you expect them to do in that situation? I'm putting somewhat agree. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. I'm gonna put somewhat agree, because I do try to talk to new people as well, and if a new person approaches me, I'm always happy to talk to them. But yeah, like, especially if it's an environment, especially if it's a social environment where I feel that other people, like, aren't really willing to get to know new people, yeah, somewhat agree. Sometimes I'll just stand around and do nothing. Prefer to completely finish one project before starting another. Yes. Like, you know, like, again, it depends. Because, like, you know, I'm in the middle of writing down the entire Bible. I'm on Genesis chapter 27. But, you know, obviously I'm not going to go and write down the entire Bible. I've kind of restricted myself to one chapter a day, sort of thing. Like, yeah, I'm going to put agree, but not strongly agree, because sometimes there are just times where I'm just like, screw this, I can't freaking do this, I'll finish this later, on to the next thing. Because, like, you really have to rank your to-do list by importance, really. You are very sentimental. I don't know what that means. Sentimental. I use Bing now. Everyone should use Bing. Of or prompted by feelings of tenderness, sadness, or nostalgia. That sounds like a lot of stuff. What the hell? Sentimental originally indicates the reliance on feelings as a guide to truth. Okay, yeah. Using in a sentence. I'm a sentimental fool. So you're guided a lot by emotions, I take it. I'll say somewhat agree, because I try to be logical, but also I feel like going by your emotions is very important too, but not all the time. I think you gotta go by emotions and logic, which is why I love Liar Game, because the two characters, Neo and Akiyama, Neo's the trusting one who goes on emotion, Akiyama's the distrusting one who goes on logic. When they're by themselves, they can't really do anything, but it's when they come together that they accomplish stuff, and it's like you need to be a bit of both. We like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. I don't really understand what that question means, but I'm gonna put agree, not strongly agree, because I do like organizing stuff. As a kid, I would always go to the bookstore and organize, like, I'd find my favorite book series and I'd take off all of the books and put them in order. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. I'll put agree, not strongly agree, but that does happen. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. Yes! Obviously, you can always feel awkward walking up to someone, especially someone who you currently have a negative impression on. But say, like, me and a few people needed to use a table, but it was already occupied. And we spent 15 minutes trying to decide if it was okay to ask them to move. And then eventually I was just like, oh, for frick's sake, just let me do it. And then I walked up to them and then I asked them to move, and then they did. Which is, I think the word interesting is very important in this question, because yeah, if someone's interesting, if I feel like they aren't going to punch me in the face, then yeah. But do I want to put strongly agree? I feel so hesitant to put strongly agree. So far, I can't remember what I put strongly agree for. I'm going to put agree again, just not strongly agree. You are not too interested in discussing various you are not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analyses of creative works. Oh, wait, no, disagree, because I love looking at that stuff. I think I'm going to put strongly disagree, man, because if I feel like I want to put disagree again, but man, like, if that's not a strongly disagree, because strongly disagree doesn't necessarily mean 100% disagree. Because, like, you know, like, obviously, if it's about something that I don't care about, then I don't care about it. But looking at interpretations and analysis can help me care about it. So it's like a 90% disagree. So I'll put strongly. It's like how in grades an 80 to 100% tends to be an A, whether like that's a weird 20% range, whereas B's is 70 to 80 and C's is only a 10% range. You are more inclined to follow your head than your heart. I'm very in the middle. Like, I'll often find myself being swayed by both. I don't really, like, sometimes I won't even know if it's my head or my heart talking. So honestly, I think I'm gonna have to put neutral here, because I honestly listen to both. You usually prefer just doing what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particularly daily routine. No. I do like to live in the moment, which is why I'm going to put disagree, because I do like having a routine as well. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. See, like, I try to do that because I know that impressions are very important to other people, but at the same time, it's like, you know, if you tried your best and you accidentally made a bad impression, like, oh freaking well. I'm gonna put somewhat disagree. I rarely worry, so I don't worry about whether I make a good impression, which is true. But for some reason, either my head or my heart is telling me to put somewhat disagree. You enjoy participating in group activities, strongly agree. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending, strongly agree. I like hearing other people's interpretations, but I always love something that... Because, like, the thing is, people always say, like, oh, this work is so great because it leaves it up to so many interpretations. And I'm just like, really? So it sounds like whoever wrote that just kind of did a bunch of random stuff. And now a bunch of people are saying like, oh, did your ending mean this? Did your ending mean this? Did your ending mean this? And whoever wrote it was just like, all of what you're saying is way more interesting than I ever thought of, but I'm just going to put yes. Your happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplish. I'm going to put agree. Because, you know, obviously I get happy with my own accomplishments, but yeah, I do. Yeah, because like, when other people accomplish something, then it just makes you jealous, but... It makes me jealous because I'm an insecure person, but helping others accomplish stuff, yeah, I love that, because then it's partially my accomplishment too. It must be part of mine. You're interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. I'm more just really invested in the stuff that I am interested in. Like, you know, obviously I really like Liar Game and I really like Doctor Who. I really like studying religions, especially Christianity, because it's so big and good for a stepping stone. But yeah, I do find it hard. Like, when I was trying to think, like, oh, what branch of Christianity should I try first? I mean, you know, I think Orthodox came first, even though there's different kinds of Orthodox as well. Like, Orthodox came first, but Protestant is the one that I have the most, like, relationship with. It's the one that I experience the most about. The same way Christianity is, like, actually kind of... It's not one of the newer religions, but it's not one of the older religions too, because out of the big five, Hinduism came first, then Judaism, then Buddhism, then Christianity, then Islam. There's a bunch of new religions that came out in the last millennium, but Christianity is just the biggest one, and it's the one that I know the most about. But okay, you were interested in so many things. I'm gonna put... what do I want to put? I find it difficult to choose what to try next. I'm gonna put somewhat agree. I'm just gonna put somewhat agree. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Strongly agree. Strongly agree. Whoo, my head is full of stress. And my heart. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. Agree. Agree. I think I can make a good leader, but like most of the time I don't like the pressure. You are definitely not an artistic type of person. I'm going to put... What does artistic mean? Because I think like anyone else who knows me would say put strongly disagree. But like, I'm not exactly like drawing stuff most of the time. I just like writing stuff. I'm going to put... Should I put... I don't know. Like, I'm very on the fence between disagree and strongly disagree. I'm going to leave it up to a coin flip. Flip a coin. If it's heads, I'll put disagree. If it's tails, I'll put strongly disagree. Tails, okay, strongly disagree it is. You think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings. Strongly disagree. Feelings are just as important as rationality. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Disagree. Because I know that obviously it feels better, you know, the classic... starting your work is so much more difficult than actually doing your work, because your brain just keeps telling you, oh, do you really want to do all this work? But then once you start, your brain starts releasing chemicals of rewardness. At the same time, like, do I really want to do all my chores before relaxing? I feel like life is just chores popping up all the time. If you try to get them all done, you're never going to be done. You enjoy watching people argue. Bro, I sound like a total jerk if I say agree to that. But at the same time, like, it can be interesting to hear both sides. I like to watch people respectfully debate each other, not necessarily argue unless it's part of like some comedy sketch or something like that. I would disagree. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. Agree. Not strongly agree, but agree. Sorry, I feel like I'm like giving no backup for this. Like, I don't like having attention on myself, but at the same time, like, I don't like people completely avoiding me either, which is why I'm not putting strongly agree, which I know is probably not what the question means, but whatever. Your mood can change very quickly. Strongly agree. My mood can change in a flash, dude. People find it very annoying, I think, but so do I. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. I thought it was effective, but efficient is the same thing. Like, in a way, yeah, but I feel like a lot of people can be very efficient, and that's what can make them so annoying. But like, because what does the word efficient mean? Because sometimes people will try to be very efficient, and it's just like, oh my god, can you just accept the fact that stuff is going to go wrong, because it always does? Like, I can lose patience with people from both sides. I don't think I'm really understanding the gist of this question, but as an autistic person who can't really tell the difference between these two things, I'm just kind of neutral. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. Sometimes I'll put somewhat agree, because I try not to, but that is what sometimes ends up happening. You have always been fascinated by the question of what, if anything, happens after death. I'm majoring in religious studies. What do you think? Strongly agree. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. Strongly agree. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. Yeah, like, when people talk about, where does your morality come from? I'm just like, oh, for frick's sake. Like, have you heard of the story, the lady or the tiger? It's interesting, but like, it's basically based on a justice system where anyone can accuse you of anything. And it doesn't matter how much or how little evidence there is, you just get thrown into an arena and have to pick between two doors, which have been randomly chosen, so that one has a tiger, which will eat you, and one has a lady, which you will get married to, and you instantly just divorce if you're married already. And I had to do a philosophy debate, arguing, thank goodness I got the easy one, but I had to give reasons why our justice system is better than that, which it obviously is, but it's like, I had nothing to say, because it's like, it's so obvious. And I was just like, why are we even doing this? I know it's for the sake of a philosophy debate, but like, honestly, I don't want like anyone to actually... I honestly can't really do debates where I'm arguing for something that I don't believe in, because all I'm thinking of is, like, yeah, it's to strengthen your arguments or whatever, but why should I strengthen my arguments for stuff that I don't agree with? And what if I accidentally say something that does convince someone who's listening, and then I've just convinced someone of something that I don't even believe in? Maybe they'd be more likely to switch back because I just tell them that I was just joking and I was the one who changed their perspective. Like, it's so complicated. I'm gonna put somewhat agree, because, theoretical discussions can be interesting. It's just, the more serious they get and the more theoretical they can get, that it's just like, oh, for frick's sake. You find it easy to empathize with people whose experiences are very different from yours. I'm gonna somewhat disagree, because I really try, but it's really hard to get to know someone's soul. Like, there's the head, there's the heart, and there's the soul. And the soul, which I feel like that question's talking about, is shaped by all of your past experiences. And the stuff that your soul believes in is stuff that other people can't really understand unless if they experience either exactly the same thing or something very, very similar to you. Or maybe I just suck at empathizing with people, which is why I put somewhat disagree. You usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. Like, I don't want to do that, but sometimes I feel like I might as well just do that, because it's like, if I'm like trying to sort something out with multiple people, and it's taking days for some of them to respond, then it's like, Like, I'm gonna put neutral, because I don't want to, but it's just like, it's usually what ends up happening anyway. And plus, like, things can go wrong, and sometimes you have to, like, change something. So I don't know, I'm putting neutral. I know that I shouldn't be putting neutral, but whatever. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. Oh, I often do it, but at the same time, usually when I make a decision, then I'm just like, I'm gonna go with it. So I'm gonna somewhat agree. After a long and exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need. Strongly agree. 60% of the way done, let's go. You enjoy going to art museums? No, but if it's with a group of people, then I'll do anything, so somewhat disagree. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. It's either agree or somewhat agree. I'm gonna flip a coin again. If it's heads, I'll put agree. Tails, I'll put somewhat agree. Tails, somewhat agree it is. You like to have a to-do list for every day. Strongly agree. You rarely feel insecure. Disagree. You avoid making phone calls. Somewhat agree, because I do often try to avoid phone calls, but at the same time, sometimes a phone call is just what you need to get something done. Somewhat agree. You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. I mean, I'm majoring in religious studies, so I'll put agree. In your social circle, you are often the one who contacts your friends and initiates activities. No. I do like to do that, and I often feel tempted to do that, but I'm usually not the one who does that. But I'm always open to doing that. So I'm gonna flip a coin again. Heads, somewhat disagree. Tails, disagree. If it comes up tails again, you guys are gonna think that this is rigged. It comes up tails again. I swear, the first time that I did this right before I did the test to tell if I should even do this video, and it came up heads. But it came up tails 3 times in a row, so I disagree. Even I'm starting to wonder if it's rigged. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Yes, strongly agree, definitely. Everyone else is busy like freaking out like, oh no, everything went wrong, and I'm just like, yes, I know everything went wrong, but nothing can get accomplished by panicking. Let's get back on track. You are still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Strongly agree. I have a hard time forgiving people, and I have a hard time forgiving myself. You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Strongly disagree. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Agree. I can take control, but not all the time. You take great care not to make people look bad, even when it is completely their fault. Somewhat agree. Because, like, if they're just being a jerk, then sometimes other people just need to see that. I don't try to make other people look like a jerk, but if they're very clearly being a jerk, then sometimes I'll just be like, okay, here it is for other people to see. I know I sound like such a jerk, but I have 5 minutes left of room. 80% done. We can do it. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. Agree. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. Strongly agree. I want to say agree, but honestly, yeah, I do think about that a lot. Because that's more of a what do you think in your head question rather than what do you actually do question. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Strongly disagree. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. Some would agree. Because it really depends. Like, you know, like, if we're going to argue about why is murder wrong, then yeah, I think that's a waste of time. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places. I'm very neutral about that. Like, I see pros and cons in both. I try to adapt. You know at first glance how someone is feeling. Disagree. I don't think anyone can know at first glance. You often feel overwhelmed. Strongly agree. You complete things methodically? Methodically? The hell? Methodically. Methodically. In an orderly or submissive manner. Without skipping over any steps. Yeah, I'm gonna put agree, because yeah, like people want me to read the New Testament of the Bible. Like, can I please just go to Genesis and work up from there? I get it, the New Testament has a lot of better stuff than the Old Testament, but like, then the Bible shouldn't have the Old Testament in it at all, let alone at the beginning. If it put the New Testament at the beginning, then I would start there, and so would a lot of other people. You are very intrigued by things labeled as conversational. Strongly agree. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. Somewhat agree, because I can be selfish. You struggle with deadlines. Agree. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Disagree. My gender. This will determine my avatar and results screen. I mean, I'm technically male. I don't think gender matters, but whatever. Okay, I am an ENFJT. I am 59% extroverted. I have 72% intuitive energy. I feel more than I think 57% of the time. I'm judging 64% of the time versus prospecting. My identity is 81% turbulent more than assertive. Copy of your results? Sure. The hell? Strategy, social engagement. Yup. Your world is about to make a whole lot more sense. Your journey to self-discovery is just beginning. To gain a much... no, wait, this isn't selling this. What the hell? Where can I read about my actual thing? What the frick? Oh crap, I got a whole library of stuff. My role is a diplomat. I can learn more about... What the hell? There was something that popped up, and I could have read all about it. But instead, I closed it over the trust of me thinking that it was sent to me by email. And now I have no idea where the heck I can find it now. God freaking dang it. I don't know where my thing is. I can't read my thing. I don't know. I could probably just look back at the footage, because if I did it again, I'd probably answer stuff slightly differently, because so much of that was flipping a coin, although then again, I know to answer tails each time, but, like, no, I want to read my thing. I've been trying to get this video uploaded for the past 2 months. So I took the personality test, and then as you probably saw in the captions throughout the video, I was taking the test again as I was editing the video so that I could tell the difference and prove that this personality test isn't that accurate, because people's answers could change ever so slightly depending on, like, even just one, like, experience that might have just happened to them, like, the day before. I don't think we should judge people by these personality things in the first place, and that was mainly why I took it again. So then, I did a few clips. I filmed a thing of me talking about the personality one that I got while doing the test while editing, and then I watched through the video again and took the personality test again. I tried to do it as I was editing too, so I was taking the personality test as I would answer it now and as I said in the video, but then then my past self had to screw it up and rapidly change his answer from disagree to strongly disagree on a last question of the page, so I had to go back and it sucked, and so I did it again, and then I filmed again. So now I just have all these clips, and all I have to do is just edit like 5 minutes worth of footage. It's fine. It should be fine. But for some reason, I can't make a split right here. When I try to make a split on this clip, an ENFJT, I want to put a clip here, but when I hit split, it erases the footage. Like, why? Why are you doing that? I don't get why it does that. It does that sometimes. The only way that I can fix it is by deleting this clip and putting it here again. But that would involve me having to, like, trim it down to this, and then I'd have to re-put the captions here. And it's like, frick it. I don't care. I'm just gonna put the clips at the end of the video, and you guys can figure it out from there. Huh. Hey guys, I'm at my grandparents' house right now. I just edited the video. I'm almost at the end here, but I gotta go through it again anyway, because I gotta take... You'll see in a few minutes why I had to go through it again, but, I had Look at this food. I like the... Chef, I like those giraffes. I like the mask. I like whatever that is. I like the wind chimes. I like the elephants. And... yeah, look at this. Look at this sliding door. It's amazing. And it locks too. But to be fair, this lock doesn't really work 100% of the time. The lock often doesn't work here. In the bathroom of all places. I just wanted to read these books. They look funny. Fun comedy. Oh, this is like its little own franchise. What even is this? Anyway, after taking the test again from what I put in the captions, it came out as ENTJT, which is very close. I guess I just got slightly more on the thinking points. Read my profile. Let me read my profile. I might read all this later. That's a lot of stuff. Strengths and weaknesses. There's no way you expect me to read all this right now. Romantic relationships. Here, anyone else who got the results that I had but then closed the window and screwed everything up can just read it right here. Parenthood. How much stuff is there here? Career paths. I'm gonna reach parenthood before career paths? Here you go, conclusion. Oh, there's some comments down there. Premium profile. I can sign up for a premium profile? What the frick? I can pay $169 for a 302-page ebook. Is there an ebook franchise for every personality type? I have to go and retake the test and just pick randomly until I find all the personality types. Anyway, back to this version of me. Yeah, that was going to be a really cool transition there. I was going to like zoom in onto the clip of Movie Maker, and then it was going to cut to the actual clip that was being shown on Movie Maker. Oh my god, why is my hair stuck up? How's it going though, Teddy? Good? Hey guys, me from 2 months later here, and Teddy, say hi, Ted. He's sleeping. So I went watched through the footage and I took the test all over again, specifically using the answers that I gave in the video, and I still got exactly what I wanted. This is what I have. Read my profile. Oh my god. Wait, is that what I want to hit? Read my profile? I think so. Update my profile, what the frick? Okay, here we go. So, yeah. In fact, I can just screenshot this. Hold on. I'll just screenshot it and then just scroll through everything, and then you can read it on your own time, I guess. Funny thing is that as I was going through all that, I was thinking like, oh wow, this kind of applies to me and that kind of applies to me. But then I forgot, like, I took the test afterwards, and that what the other clip was about, and all those captions was me taking the test again to see how I ended up different, and it reminds me of that old YouTube Quirkology episode. Anyway, Ted, yeah, sleeping Ted in the background. You know, the one where he's like, pick your favorite color, and it's kind of ruined now because YouTube got rid of annotations, but the point was is that no matter what color you clicked on, it sent you to the same video. He would start it by saying, this are the personality attributes for people who you chose that color, and he doesn't specify what it is. You can still find that video somewhere. I think someone else re-uploaded it if you just look up like the Quirkology personality test results. But it's like, it's funny because like he like used like very vague things. He was saying like, you're very sensitive and people think that you often like overachieve for yourself and stuff like that. I don't know. He was saying stuff that like could basically apply to anyone. And the point is, I think he was kind of making fun of personality tests or like parodying it in some way. I don't know. Anyway, that's the video. You know, it's been 2 months since I filmed the other stuff before it, and I really hope that I don't screw something up and delete this video that I've been trying to get up onto YouTube for 2 months, and I hope that my channel doesn't get terminated or something. You never know what can happen on YouTube these days. Some copyright thing can like come up at you or whatever that you don't even know about. I know like PewDiePie was just talking about like I'm not sure if it was just recently, but PewDiePie was talking about like his own music videos that he made by himself. You know, his own original music videos got claimed by some company on behalf of PewDiePie when he never even gave permission, and it's just crazy now that he can't even use his own music because now it's legally part of the company that just seemed to just step in and take over. I don't know what happened, but man, like YouTube's gone crazy, man. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave likes so I know that you enjoyed it. And if you didn't like it, please leave a dislike so I know that you didn't enjoy it. Leave a comment down below if you liked it. Tell me why, because it feels awesome to get some motivation and encouragement. And if you didn't like it, leave a comment down below saying why you didn't like it so that I can improve for next time. Otherwise, I won't be able to improve. And just guarantee your dislike that I can't even see. As if it were a like. And subscribe so that I know my next video comes out. Maybe I have to come up with a new intro because that dislike part is kind of ruined now that you can't see dislikes. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I will see you next time. Bye bye. There are two squirrels chasing themselves in the backyard. What are you doing, please? Oh, they're gone. Okay, whatever. Deleted exactly 1 second of footage with 16 milliseconds. Right here. 16. That's like the count, the first episode of the count that I watched. Ain't that right, Ted? Well, I guess you weren't there. Even Smudgy wasn't there. Funny thing is that after, as I was gone,